in the back of my head, but I didn't want to say it because it made no sense
It's
to me.
all in, bro. It's all in on Big J. Game number 2.
Will it work? No Purify on Nathan. Against a Minotaur. Against this Benedetta with the Petrify. I'm scared. I'm legit scared for H2.
Let's see.
John Paul's got to protect himself.
Sensui has made it work, and I can't believe Omega are really drafting like their long time round. It's such an Omega thing to do. You field your veterans, and you, in their first full series against Blacklist, you make them draft lineups reminiscent of Blacklist.
Okay, here's a quote I'd like to think from season 10 or season 11, where Coach Brian Pandalim of RSG said, I don't want to face Omega, because when you think they're going to do one thing, they do the complete opposite, and it throws them off.
Yeah. I don't want to face Omega. They are Lason.
Close enough.
Did you get it? No.
No.
Okay, so
It was
H2
close.
receives the flower, which obviously is great. It's 5% adaptive attack, and that's definitely good for some a hero like Nathan that kind of have has a mixture of both magic and physical.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Yoda, a bit of smack there. H2 still looking for level 4. Part of his rotation disrupted by an invasion of by Blacklist International.
They gotta take it slow, or is that counterproductive? Does Omega wait for a power spike on H2 here? Or do they
Well, they have no choice,
Or do they
unfortunately.
pick random fights that even Blacklist weren't expecting?
Well,
I unfortunately, Dan, Leo, Kubangay, they really have to wait for H2.
they
There's really
shouldn't.
no way.
They shouldn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think they have to be proactive. It's not just waiting, but being proactive about it. And they're not going to be able to contest this turtle because out of rotation is the Nathan. They're going to be taking their time. See, Haji actually is in there. I like to final blow. Entry in by Edward. Just provided a little bit of space. Blacklist gets the turtle without a problem.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, H2. Haji has been on him this entire time. Petrify. Shadow Slash by Edward. First blood, not the start Omega wants.
There's nothing H2 could have done there. Abu Jinjing, talk to me about why they were so deep in front of H2 like that. How did they get there?
Well, they do have this Minotaur with the flicker that freshly got off level 4, and they know that H2 will need to farm. And there's, like I said, no Purify on the Nathan. There's a natural cleanse for that hero, but it will now never be enough.
So at 2.5 minutes, Blacks International got away with murder, and it was in your face. They just straight up walked into Omega's front door, into their jungle, and said, you know what, H2, this has to stop. After taking first turtle clean too.
Yeah. And I'm looking. Oh, Ryota versus Edward. Ryota brought low. He ate up an Electro final blow. Petrify not on there for Edward.
No, we don't do it.
No way.
No.
Oh, no way.
That's Ryota's name for people
Yep.
wondering.
That's right.
What's his last name again?
Makasa.
Oh, there. Thank you.
Former national athlete, won the gold medal with
Exactly.
C-Ball last year in Cambodia.
Exactly.
He was one of the people with the Year of Triumph
Yep.
with the AP Brent's version of
In
C-Ball.
fact, Omega has 2 gold medalists.
That's right.
Rebo's there.
Him and Rebo right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. Wow.
In active deployment on the map right now. This is not dangerous what Rio's doing. Oh!
Oh, okay. Sword meets fists. I forgot the word for it, but here comes Haji. Minnow and Fury
Hey.
onto 2.
Oh.
H2 able to get away on time, but there's actually the purple buff going to the Sensui. Exhorting the members of Omega pressing forward. They're trying to chase after Haji, but they don't jump!
Big
With a flicker! I'm offended ultimate by the Ruby. And even Omega were a little bit surprised because it doesn't look like they're completely ready for that one. Jump now trying to survive, but Oheb takes him down.
Big J coming in clutch. Another hero play 4 minutes in. I mean, it slows down Blacklist, gives Omega some bit of a clapback. Now turtle fight coming up.
They have retribution this time, Omega.
Yeah, and Sensui's far.
Woo!
Woohoo! And they get the turtle. What a turn of events. Big J with the play.
It all started with Exhort with that flicker play going for Daytona's welcome. Actually, when he popped the flicker, he managed to land the stun onto 2 members. Then it was quickly followed up by Joe with that flicker play for himself. Eventually was taken out by Oheb, which is, by the way, we haven't been talking. Oheb is having a lot of good time down the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So he's okay. But then Omega, definitely a disastrous first 2 minutes, but it was salvaged by 2 hero plays.
Yeah.
And so far, I think the only reason why we don't get to talk about Oheb much is because Jome lets him have the lane. Again, Jome is still down on XP, right?
Yeah.
True.
And then Oheb knows that he's not needed elsewhere on the map is because there's enough pressure onto Omega's weak points this early on. So we can expect maybe Kill 1 to come into play in a few minutes, especially once Lord comes up. Talking about it, yeah, he's still up 1,000 gold on
Yeah.
Jome.
Yeah, it's just
1,000 gold.
The War Axe on the Ruby.
Man, at this point, well, we know that the 3-item power spike of a Ruby is much stronger than the 3-item spike of a Marksman, but eventually in the late game, there will not be enough damage for Jome.
Here we go again. Big Astral Echo. These Blacklist knows that they cannot fully commit into this. Even sometimes it feels like even Blacklist is a little bit scrambled with their rotations because how Omega's rotations are kind of scrambled by nature.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that entropy actually committed by H2 in the mid lane to get away. He almost ran into Edward and Sensui.
Bit of good news though for H2. Quick cooldown on entropy, so not something he has to worry about. To be specific,
Very fast.
there is but what 20-something
Ooh.
seconds once it's fully leveled.
Eye for an Eye already committed there by Edward. Ryota, ooh, eats up a Star Shatter. Either Navaria and Blacklist are just going to continue controlling the mid. And the fact that the minion waves in mid are controlled right now by Blacklist means I feel like it's going to be too risky if Omega try, but
H2, by the way, stole the purple buff with using the
ultimate!
ultimate!
H2! He eats up the Petrify, the full combo of the Benedetta!
Oh my god.
That should not have been the case. Omega now trying to scramble, trying to find a play. They have to somehow focus on Sensui, but they're somehow whittling down the turtle. They're going to try to go after Sensui, charging it up. No, Xrd was actually trying to go after Edward, trying to interrupt the Fredrin. Somehow they're going to try to steal this turtle under the nose of Blacklist International because if they get it somehow, what? Ryota with a punch, a knockout strike to take the turtle for Omega. And that means Omega can team fight. They have the Barretts with them. How the heck did they get that bottom lane? Oheb gets its first tower down.
How exactly is
Unbelievable.
sheer math? It was a 4v4.
It was a 4v4, no jungler for Omega. And then Ryota comes in. I got this. I'm gonna do my own thing. Gets it for himself. You gotta have to commend Blacklist International though. The moment they saw H2 already utilizing the ultimate, they jumped. They committed all. The Petrify as well as the flicker play from Haji. Jome, can you TP out?
Whoa! That was so close. The pop of the concussive blast.
Big J knows how to put on a show. Edward goes ahead, cuts right through the back line. H2 and Rebo trying to get some farm onto Omega's jungler right now. And again, the slower the game goes, the more back and forths we get. I think there's more of a chance Omega can actually take us to game 3.
Maybe. See if that happens right now. Their lineup having a lot of problems. Their Xrd actually uses the Detonus Welcome. That's Jome under the tower against 3 members of Blacklist International. He eats up the ultimate of the Minotaur as well. Ryota, he sees Oheb. He's going to be able to take him down to the tower. Gets taken down there. Full knockout strike. The stun as well coming in from the floor in. I'm trying to survive on Brace's Wrath.
H2.
Actually, no, but no. H2 with an entropy. And the turnaround is because Oheb, the gold laner of Blacklist International, is down, but in the bottom lane, Edward was pushing it out. Small win in the fight for Omega, but they're losing map control still.
Clutch entropy by H2 there. He may have been benched for the longest time now, but he still has killer instinct set in.
Oh,
Mid lane push from Edward.
Haji!
Haji really low here. Oh, Ryota, let's go for it. Expecting you. They don't get the tower. Star Shatter. It's not going to kill him unless.
Edward,
really
Edward,
close.
Edward!
Might. Edward just might.
What a retribution.
Ryota trying to find it. Eye for an Eye. No! Ryota! What the flicker! Here comes Big J. I'm offended. He is able to find you. Ryota again.
All right, the scramble has led to Blacklist getting a free go at the Lord. And something tells me Omega knows, but something has to kick in somewhere. All of these fun fights and plays are resulting to much for the barangay.
Atoy R! Leader of the Atoy army, now they're pushing.
Oh, Joe misses it. Could have been big if they were able to take down Oheb there. The tower's going to fall, though. Omega trying to equalize Edward. Finds the angle.
Not to take away from Omega. Cool is cool.
Cool is cool.
Cool is cool.
Yeah, unbelievable play coming out from Ryota. Flickering in, and then landing the jab, actually, to get the extra shields.
Yeah.
And obviously, the retribution coming out from H2 came in clutch as well. However, they still lost the Lord. That's still an important objective here.
Yeah.
As flashy as Omega's place where we gotta have to commend Edward because not only did he push 2 turrets in the bottom lane, he also pushed the mid lane turret.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of map control problems for Omega now.
And these are symptoms of the first game.
That's
as
true.
Cool as it is, and as many signs of life Omega may put on, they're still losing on a fundamental sense.
Yeah. Again, majority of these players on the side of Blacklist International went through the M5 World Championship, where controlling the map, minion wave control, was so important. That's the modern day game of MLBB, while Omega, as you mentioned, Ryota, he wins the 1v1! He wins the 1v1!
Makasa gets the knockout.
And now they're going to be going forward. Exort is going to be able to get the Detonless welcome there onto Sensui, but Sensui's really tanky. Haji and you are trying to find the damage. Abraser's Wrath gets dealt out. Oheb able to free hit right now. It looks like Omega can't reach Oheb. Ryota once again from the back. He's going to be able to get Sensui. He finds Oheb as well. Omega are turning it around. Omega has turned it around.
The Barangay scores a 4-for-1 trade. They're going to go straight for mid. And just like that, Yue can only watch.
This is old man strength. That's what I'm talking about. It's a thing, and you're seeing it.
Seeing it from Ryota. Turning back the clock with this Paquito making the hero plays that Omega needed. 3 kills in the last 2 minutes because of Ryota. No win for Omega.
Oh, wow. The last time Barats was played in mid was by TNC Pro Team in Season 8. So I'd like to think that was an experimental approach to the hero. And here we're seeing it again in the same light. But Omega's making it work.
That was the key to victory. We talked about running back the clock in terms of showing the history of the league. And that's with a big pick right there in mid.
Multi-generational talent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Edward is nodding in approval. Like, hey, I would play the Paquito just the same way. That's the right play there. Ryota, good call. How did he burst him down that much? Sea Halberd, Malefic Roar, Hunter Strike. That's how. The Trinity in the hands of Ryota.
It felt even better for Ryota because he was also able to find Oheb a little bit, and that little bit of knock up onto Oheb was more than enough for Omega to find the opening to eventually take him down. So now it's even. I can't believe it. Now it's even.
Whoa. This is a Luminous Lord spawning in the lower quarter. H2 going for it. Spotted still by the Echoes. Yue, very hard to miss. And now the dance begins. Lord here approaching half health. Exhort obliging in the dance. 4 members from Omega, 4 members from Black.
Once again,
going for the soft reset. 1v1!
1v1. Ryota and Edward. Sword versus fist. Ryota trying to find the opening there. Edward slashes away. Ryota with the combo. A lot of damage, forcing out the Electro final blow. It's 4 versus 4. The 2 EXP laners are playing chicken with each other. But so now who's going to get this here?
That's the hard reset coming in. One more time, let's dance. Haji trying to get for the pull. And just like that, Sensui dives in. This is dangerous.
Nature is also purple buff dependent, by the way, but he takes it so easily.
Whoa!
Ryota
because
push.
of Ryota's 1v1, I'd call it technical knockout. He gets a push.
Haji on the right side.
Oh, why bush?
Watch the map as we're watching the Lord. Sensui here. Haji, great position by him. Oheb here as well. Oh, H2 spots him. He spots him with the entropy. He's not going to get close. Exhort with a flicker. Detonus welcome onto Haji. The roamer with a massive Minoan Fury. Is this enough time to actually find out? Sensui goes in. Abraser's Wrath and knockup, but that's the kill to the Minotaur. Who got the Lord? It was Agent Zero. Yet again, the fight was split between the two, and it's Blacklist who triumphs. 2 kills plus the Lord.
The synchronous engage by Blacks International. Could have sworn there was a Cyclone Eye underneath Sensui.
Yeah.
The way he flickered in with the Minoan Fury, with Haji.
Oh my god.
And it led to such a big win. Blacklist, yes, trades 2 for 1, but still walks away with the Lord.
Exactly. They got the Lord because Edward was there. And even when the 2 junglers are isolated, the damage output for Edward was more than enough. And the fact that they took out Ryota, that's going to be massive for Omega.
My mind is
for
like...
Blacklist, I mean.
Yeah. I'm sort of wondering, did it look like that because it wasn't just a dash by Sensui? Was he like pulled back by either an ult by the Ruby or the missiles of the...
maybe the missiles. Because Ruby was in front of the Lord. Jong was in front of the Lord.
So pushed into by the missiles from Exhort, and then maybe even displaced by one of H2 skills.
True.
That gave him a little. It's displacement, man, but it went all to Blacklist's way. Now Lord's gonna be marching in.
Again.
Big 5-man echoes.
Oh my
Agent
God.
Zero goes in, but he gets dead and is welcomed. Similar to what happened into game number 1, a little bit too eager was Edward. And Omega are going to try to punish Blacklist by, let's see if they can get map control after this.
Hey, can somebody check if there's an imposter hiding inside Edward's skin? Because that's 2 Edward mistakes in 1 series.
You know what I'm saying now?
That's so weird. But I understand why he went for that, because they landed an echo, which means that the petrify will be, you know?
It's a 5-man
It's always
petrify.
tempting.
Oh, wait,
It's
wait, wait,
always
wait.
tempting.
Whoa, okay.
Running it back in mid. Going for the full-on engage. Finding a siege. Nope. I think Omega overshot. All right, we'll just take something else.
Ooh. Still hurting there with the Star Shatters. Purple buff will get taken away. I think it's because of the TPs from Omega. I'm not going to say Edward's tilted, but again, the Filipino term, gigil. He's hungry.
Which
To the
years
Omega.
later still does not have a direct translation.
Yeah, that's
Something
true.
else to note. Real quick, look at the items. I'm trying to think of why Edward would have done that. Maybe even after the promise of 5-man petrify.
Yeah.
No one on Blacklist's lineup can actually dive in as deep as him.
Exactly.
So, like, what was the
Exactly.
call?
Yeah, that's a weird call. And I don't think that they have minions anyways in the bottom lane. So, yeah. So many weird interactions. Like I said, somebody check who's hiding beneath Edward's skin.
I'm going to pose like one last theory.
Okay.
I think he's just really trying to gamble and get an EXP laner for H2 trade. Like he was trying to trade himself for
Okay.
H2 somehow.
Because again,
Understandable.
H2 is one of the few ways actually Omega defends.
Yeah.
That's right.
Omega has very bad wave clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I also am sort of in the camp of Wolf that maybe he's wearing an Edward bodysuit.
Yeah. That's the theory. Press 1 if you believe, press 2 if you think it's impossible.
Oh man, the way that Edward has been playing with these little fumbles, I'd like to think more that maybe it is a doppelganger, because that's more of a thing than old man strength. Here we go. Lord
on.
Dance coming up. Lord less than half health.
Okay.
Sensui with the pull, soft reset. Neither team letting go. Again, the 1v1 XP laner matchup still happening. Close to Omega's purple.
No welcome. No Daytona's welcome.
Is anyone going to reset?
Job!
Andrew Job goes
What?
Oh, he fights Haji! But no one Fury, okay. Still.
Edward.
Edward coming in! Petrify like to find a blow! Agent Zero! Now there is something that isn't a mistake. Calculated, intentional, cold-blooded by Edward, and now he's going to be chasing after Ryota. Are they going to duel it out again? He has an immortality. Ryota only has his shields, his fist. There's Yue, there's Haji, and Ryota will be able to flicker away, but he's going back. Omega still at the Lord.
Run, no, we run.
Dome again, double pull,
Big
damage onto this Ruby, but he falls. Exort actually able to knock back the members of Blacklist through the wall, but no, that's it. Blacklist gets this Lord.
There was no recompense. I don't know what Joe was thinking, man.
Me too.
Unbelievable jump though. Coming up from Edward. Waiting for the right moment. One shot potential against H2. Well, there was Haji that flickered in afterwards, but that's besides the point.
Oh no.
No Purify on the Nathan. How many times should I say it? That's a problem.
You know what's more beautiful? It's the fact that it was well communicated that the entropy has already been used.
Exactly.
That the switch has already been pulled, and there was no way H2 was going to walk away from anything. If he could get away from something, he would have to literally walk.
And I'd like to think it's a little bit of a breakdown in communication by the members of Omega. They needed to help H2. There was no one there with him. Everyone else was looking forward to just staying forward.
Here we go.
Another echo.
Potentially the final siege here by Blacklist, penetrating through mid. Next stop down bottom. Where's the fight going to take him? Lord taken care of here. They lose 2 inhibitors.
Yeah. No flicker for Haji, so no surprise initiation there. They're backing off. They're backing off just for now, waiting for the minion waves. But they're going to make a play here for this tower because it's still almost 2 minutes plus, or around 2 minutes or so, and counting, ticking down, before this Lord spawns. Usually teams would just commit a play there, play around this area, stop them from getting any resources.
Yep, so it looks like Blacklist telegraphing that they will make a play here, make a siege, and then from there go for the next Lord. Oh, wait,
Okay,
wait,
there's
wait,
a play.
wait.
Joe with a pull. I like to find a blow to counteract it. Edward is dashing and damaging the members of Omega right now.
Whoa!
Exort able to get away. Sensui has immortality. Abrasion's
Ooh.
wrath gets interrupted by Doomstone.
Oh!
But the Star Shatter by the Navaria takes out the Ruby. Omega lose 1. 5 versus 4. But Blacklist are kind of low. You have to back off just a little bit, but it looks like they're going to try to play around it.
Close, but not quite. Yes,
right side.
they do get their health
Oh,
down.
no way.
100%
gonna
echoes!
Star Shatter onto H2. Entropy committed. Haji with a Minoan Fury. He gets to knock up H2 as well, but H2. No, look at Edward! He finds the mark on H2. He finds the Nathan, and Blacklist International find the sweep over their rivals, over the Barangay.